Alright, gang, I know that this review is pretty late and it's probably irrelevant now, but I still wanted to talk about Mario Galaxy. So, yeah, here we go. Alright, so with Mario Galaxy, we follow another adventure of the two Mario brothers, but we're no longer just in the Mushroom Kingdom. Bowser Jr. has stolen Rosalina, Princess Rosalina, from her observatory, and now the Mario brothers and Peach and Toad are on a mission to rescue her. And they bring in Childish Gambino as Yoshi as well. With this movie, I had a lot of fun. It was like when I went into this movie, I was not expecting to see the next Godfather. I wasn't expecting to see the next like Whiplash. I was just there to watch Mario, and I was there to watch all the power ups and all the fun stuff happen in that. And that's exactly what I got with this. I thought this was a very fun movie. I think all the voice actors did their part. Uh, they adapted a lot of things from games that I thought was very cool. They maybe not have like done a one-to-one adaptation of the Mario Galaxy games, but that's okay. I still had a lot of fun with what this movie brought to the table, and I am really looking forward to a potential third movie and spin-offs. All right, so some of the highlights of this movie for me were the voice acting. I thought that like everyone played their part really well. I think Chris Pratt did a good job as Mario. It kind of is weird to not hear him with like an Italian accent, but for what he did, I still think he delivers a good performance. Charlie Day was great as Luigi again. Anya Taylor-Joy is really good as Peach again. I really like Keegan-Michael Key's Toad. He played a minimal role in this movie, but I still liked him for what he had. My favorite addition to the cast had to be Donald Glover as Yoshi. That was just, I mean, he didn't have very many, like, lines even. Like, obviously, the one line he did have was when he was saying Yoshi and, like, the little, like, num-num sound effects, but he didn't do that very often. But when he did, it was just, like, fun because it's like, oh, I listened to your songs and you're playing Yoshi. It was pretty fun. I thought it was a cool addition to the movie. Benny Safdie played Bowser Jr., and I thought he did a really good job at the voice acting for that too. Jack Black did an amazing job returning as Bowser. It was just all around. Brie Larson did a really good job as Rosalina. Glenn Powell was pretty good as Star Fox too. I think everyone in this cast that played their part very well. Another thing that I wanted to add on was that I think the animation is very good in this movie. I'm very glad that Illumination is the production company that's taken on the Mario films. I don't think there's a single bad Illumination like animated movie. I think they do really well. Like besides plot, when it comes down to the animation in all of their movies, I think they really deliver on that. Mario being no exception, because that was a very good, like, I really like the style of animation that Illumination offers with these movies. I think it's the best company that they could have done for a movie like this. And I really hope to see an Illumination Yoshi's Crafted World movie and a Luigi's Mansion movie, because I think those are really good spin-offs in the Mario franchise that you could really do a good job with animated movies, especially by Illumination. I think it'd be really cool to see Charlie Day as Luigi in a Luigi's Mansion movie, and give Donald Glover his own Yoshi movie. That would be awesome. I think another really cool spin-off movie would be Donkey Kong Country. Mario Galaxy, one of the like drawbacks I had with it was there was no Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen did not reprise his role as Donkey Kong in this film, which like was kind of sad. He didn't really fit into the story though, so it makes sense, but I just think that it would have been cool to have at least a cameo. He did show up very briefly in a flashback scene, but he didn't have any like voice lines, so kind of a letdown there, but overall, not too many complaints. I did have another complaint though, with that being Rosalina is just not in this movie enough. As like big of a character as I know Rosalina to be, I think she should have had a very big part in this Galaxy movie, and she had like minimal screen time. I think Star Fox had more screen time than Rosalina did, which like that kind of sucks because it's a Mario Galaxy movie. Star Fox isn't a Mario Galaxy character. Rosalina is. I think Rosalina definitely deserved more screen time in this movie, especially because she was played by Brie Larson, who is Brie Larson's like a very, I believe she's a very like passionate about the Nintendo and Mario franchise, so it would have been cool to use her more, especially because she was good in the role that she played, and her little stars, the Lumas she had with her, those were cute too. They were funny. They had a very like weird, funny sense of humor that like every time they were on the screen, they brought that sense of humor with them. It was cool. I really don't have much bad to say about this movie besides the fact that I think Rosalina should have been in it more, and I think Donkey Kong should have been in it. Like every power up that they showed in this movie was really cool. They start the movie off, and Mario and Luigi used like the fire flower power ups. There's some power ups that I didn't even know were a thing, like they use a drill power towards the end of the movie. I didn't know that was even a thing in the Mario franchise. Luigi uses the frog power up. That was cool. Just like the way that they build this world is really fun in these movies, and like they show a lot of cool things. Like the casino world was cool. Peach's fight with like her umbrella and everything was cool in that scene. They really are trying to build up to like a Super Smash Bros. Movie, I think. They showed, I'm not going to name names, I guess, because that would be a spoiler, but they do show Star Fox, obviously, because he was in the trailer, or he wasn't in the trailer, they announced him. That's not a spoiler. Glenn Powell plays Star Fox. That's obviously hinting towards a Smash movie, and then there are other characters that show up in this movie that kind of tell you, yeah, they're going to make a Super Smash Bros. Movie, and I'm here for that. I think that's a cool idea, and I'm excited to see that. Another thing I think Mario Galaxy did really well, like I was talking about earlier, is just the world building of this. Like, they adapt many video games into this one movie, similar to how the first movie did. They loosely follow the plot of the game, but they add in elements from other games into this movie, just building the world. And this movie did really well with that. They showed the Sand Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. Brooklyn was in the first movie. That was also from Mario Odyssey. I haven't played all of the Mario games, so I'm not a true expert. So I think that's also why I like this movie so much, because I don't know everything that there is to know about Mario, but I do know quite a bit of like the base things that I think a lot of fans know. So just seeing everything that they did in this movie, I was very entertained by it, and I thought it was very cool. And as someone who's not an expert but has the intermediate levels of knowledge in this franchise, it was really cool to see a lot of these things that I recognized and that I enjoyed seeing. I really like how they add like small villains like the Inklings and the fish into the, like, they just add them throughout the movie. Not necessarily a big deal, and not necessarily like I don't know. They're not like a level that Mario and Luigi come across, but they're just in the background and you see them, camera goes by them, and it's like a little nod and a little reference to like a level in a Mario game, and I thought that was really cool. The first movie did that very well, and I think this one did too. I think that kind of segues into my next point. I think that this movie is better than the first one because it has everything that the first one did well, and it only adds on to that. Bowser Jr. was a very cool villain, and like, I didn't know anything. I don't know if his paintbrush is in the games, but his paintbrush he had in this movie was really cool. The way that he was able to just like paint anything with it and it would come to life. It was just a very cool thing for a villain to have, and they used it really well because a lot of like his powers and his attacks came out of that. And it was just cool to see that, and the way that Mario and Luigi and Yoshi and all of them had to like counter that, and the way that they were fighting Bowser and Bowser Jr. was really cool. Bettany Safdie, as I said earlier, did a really good job at Bowser Jr., which just adds to that, because not only was it really cool to see Bowser Jr.'s attacks visually, but he was also a very like fleshed out character. He wasn't a fleshed out character, which is why I liked him so much. He was just, his dad, he had a bad dad growing up. He became evil, and that's why he was doing all the things he did in this movie. He was just trying to conquer the world and get his dad's approval. Like, there's nothing necessarily too deep or too layered to that. It was just a very like cliche villain motive, but it worked because he was just a cool villain. Like, he did stuff that made his like shallow character development look cool, and it was worth it to me. And I think what they did with Bowser Jr. and Bowser in the final battle was really cool too. I don't want to talk too much about that because it's spoilers, but just the way that final battle played out was really cool. I had a really fun time with this movie. It was really fun. I've seen it twice now. It was both times I had a really good theater experience too. So yeah, it was a great time. Mario Galaxy is awesome. All right, and so because of all of these points that I've brought up, I thought Mario Galaxy had a good enough story. It adapted a lot of cool video game elements, and the voice acting was pretty good, and the animation was great too. That is the reason I'm going to give this 4.5 stars out of 5 stars. This movie is like, it's a very good movie. You can just turn it on. If I'm doing homework, I can turn this on. If I'm not doing anything and I want to watch a movie, I can turn Mario Galaxy on. it's a movie you can watch no matter what you're doing. It can be something you do watch in the background. It can be something you pay attention to and watch all the way through. Either way, you're going to get a great experience out of this, and I think any Mario fan is also going to like this movie too. Thanks for clicking on this McCritic video. I know I'm very late to making the video, but better late than never. Thank you for clicking on this McCritic video. I will see you when Invincible finishes. I will make a review on Invincible Season 4 when that is done coming out in the next few weeks. Peace. Thanks for clicking on this video. Like and subscribe.